How's it going, guys? It's been a minute since I've done one of these, so please bear with me. But I have 3 discs to review for you today. First one, I'll get right into it, is the Axiom Neutron Tempo. As you can see, it's got the Circuit Challenge 2023 stamp on it already. That's because as of right now, it's the only way you can get one of these is if you sign up for a Circuit Challenge event, which comes with 3 discs. I believe the other 2 discs are an Electron Runway and a Proton Servo. Exciting. Off first glance, this disc is it's cool. I think Axiom has been absolutely killing it with the overmolds recently. You can see this one kind of, I don't know if you can actually see it, but it's got this kind of green that blends in with the core. Always love to look at that. And then it kind of transitions halfway through to like blue and white, just swirly. Like I said, I think the rims, the overmolds they've been doing are phenomenal, honestly. But as far as feel and throw of this disc, I love it. It's, you know, I think a standard 4-speed putt and approach kind of overstable is like a staple in almost everybody's lineup now. And we have one. We have had one for a while. It's an Entropy. Love an Entropy. I've had it for about a year and a half. It's never left my bag. A lot of things with this disc. It's great. But the one thing that I think I like more about this disc, and it's just a feel thing, this is so much more shallow than an Entropy. It's not as deep. To me, that makes it more controllable for what I like to do with it. And again, it's just a feel thing. There's nothing wrong with the Entropy at all. It's a great disc. I find this one to be more to my liking. We've been in talks about making one of these for a while now. So to finally have one, and I've been throwing it for the last couple of weeks, I love it. It's hard to explain, kind of, I guess. One thing that I envisioned with this disc that I was able to do with my Entropy, but sometimes not as controllable, I like this disc for like a little forehand flick, just holding an Anheuser the whole way. You know, let's say you're pinned off behind a tree and all you can really just extend out and you just need to flick something towards the basket. This disc is perfect for that. It holds that turn. I don't have to worry about it turning over and just burning out into the ground. Aside from that, it goes great with like just some flat pushing hyzer forehands or even backhands. Like I was cranking this with some backhands, honestly. What I'm gonna do is I have some footage of throws of each disc. I will post them in between each clip of me talking about them. So I'll do that shortly here. But yeah, I mean, I really think this disc is, people are gonna like grab it, throw it, and just fall in love with it immediately. I think it's gonna become a staple in everybody's bag, honestly, that, you know, that likes MVP and stuff. So like I said, I was very excited about this disc for a long time, and then to actually throw it and have it, it exceeds my expectations even. So yeah. So yeah, like I said, the only way to get one of these right now is to sign up for a Circuit Challenge event. There should be one close to you. Go ahead and sign up for one. You get those 3 discs, and it's just fun. You know, it's fun to learn new discs and throw them, and you know, tournaments are always fun too and competitive. So right now, here's some clips of me throwing the Tempo. You'll see, I enjoy that forehand flick so much that you'll see some holes where as being a lefty, they're easy lefty backhand holes. But I decide to, just because I was having so much fun throwing it that way, just throw them on some forehand flick the whole way and ride that Annie the whole way instead of just doing a backhand, which I normally would do, but I was just really liking throwing this disc a lot. So yeah, here are those clips. Oh! Come on. I don't care about the watt meter. Sorry. I walked in on that one.
Caramel cold brew M&M's, that is. A delicious combination of smooth, robust coffee flavor and sweet, chewy caramel.
All right, so the next disc I have here to review is the MVP Neutron Watt. It's It's a 2-speed, 5 glide, negative half turn, half fade. So it's a pretty neutral flying putter. I'm almost at a loss of words with this disc. I threw one probably about, I don't know, a few months ago, and I was immediately impressed with how it flew. If you're like me, you have your throwing putters and you like your throwing putters, you know what they do. It's hard to stray from the throwing putter you're comfortable with and you click with. I have a Proton Ion that I've really been leaning on a lot. I like this disc a lot. It does a lot of what I need to. But honestly, I've really fallen in love with this disc too. It's the straightest flying disc I own. I'm not even kidding you. And it can take some torque. You can throw this thing hard and it'll still fly straight. It's hard to explain. Like, I know I hate to use this because it's thrown around so widely now about any disc. Like, it literally is a max weight glitch though. Again, I hate using the terminology but this thing is the closest thing to me that flies like a glitch in a heavier weight anyways. It's any line you want to put it on, it'll hold it. You want to throw this thing 300 feet, laser straight, throw it flat, throw it hard, it's gonna fly straight. You want to throw it on a turn, it's gonna turn the whole way and just die out. You want to throw it on Annie, or you want to throw it on hyzer, it'll fly that hyzer out and just fade out. It's hard to explain. Like, you just have to throw one kind of too. You'll see in the clips that I don't have as many clips of this watt here, but you can definitely see the straight flight out of it. One thing I really like about this disc too is at the end of its flight, it doesn't really like pan one way or the other. It just kind of reaches the end of its flight and just dies. It dies, it hits the ground, and I don't know if you could want more from an approach disc than this, honestly. I really think out of the 3 discs I'm reviewing today, I think this disc is going to catch the most people by surprise. Because if you're like me, like I said, another throwing putter, like, yeah, great. Like, I love throwing putters. Everybody does, but why is this one different than any one that I already bag? And I think it's just one of those things you kind of have to throw first. It has a great feel to it, It's got this nice depth to it. The glide on this thing is incredible, and it's just, like I said, I think it's just one of those things, once you throw it like once, you're like, oh my God, this thing is unbelievable. Like, I really think this disc is going to catch some people by surprise, and I really think, along with this and the tempo, these are going to be mainstays in our lineup, the MVP Axiom Streamline lineup, for years to come, man. I think people are really going to click with both of these discs, and that's it. Like I said, I'm at a loss for words almost how to explain this disc. It's just a great throwing, straight flying putter, man. You can't ask for much more out of if you want a disc to fly straight, here you go. So yeah, here's some clips of me throwing the watt. Again, I don't have as many as I did as the tempo, or the next disc I'm going to review is the rhythm, but I think you get some good flight characteristics out of the film, or the footage that I have. So here's that footage. All right, the last disc I have here to review is the Axiom Fission Rhythm. It's a fairway driver. I believe the numbers are 7, 5.5, -2, 1. First glance, God, I love this stamp. This one right here is a special edition. It's for like a 4th of July release. That's why you got the bell and the scroll here. Also, God, these rims, oh my God, dude, they are so sick. Like I said, with the tempo, I think Axiom has been absolutely killing it with the overmold game. I don't know if you guys can see all of these, but this swirl, it's mostly blue. Then it kind of goes into like this orange brownish swirl. It really clashes with the foil. It looks so cool, honestly. And then also This disc, again, I don't know if you can see it from the camera, but it is so domey. It has so much dome on it, and it definitely flies like that for sure. As far as throwing and feel of this disc, I like it. It definitely, it caught me by surprise. You know, when we first released the Rhythm in Neutron a few months back, didn't really stand out to me. I have a Crave, which to me filled that, you know, neutral to flippy fairway slot, and I didn't really feel like I needed to change that because I really clicked with the Crave. But then I threw this Fission one, and oh my God, this thing is great, man. I was throwing some good turnovers with this, and like I didn't have to worry about them, you know, fading out. They just held the turn the whole way, and you don't even have to put that much on it. Like it flies. You can throw it on a little bit of hyzer. For me anyways, I throw it on a little bit of hyzer. It'll just flip up and fly straight. You can throw it just flat. It gets a good amount of turn, and then it has a reliable fade back. Plus it's in Fission plastic, which I really like Fission. It's personally one of my favorite plastics that we do anyways. So it's got a great feel. Like, this is what I envision the Rhythm to be. In my opinion, the Neutron Rhythm, great disc. It's a little more stable than the numbers indicated, just in my opinion anyways. This one actually does fly like a -2-1 disc. You're gonna get good turnovers, good flip up action, you know. I like this disc so much that it's probably gonna replace my Crave. I haven't been throwing a Crave because I just wanted to lean on this for the last couple weeks just to try it out. And honestly, I don't know if I'll go back to the Crave. That's how much I really like this disc. I also think it has utility for beginners. Like, I think you can get easy distance with this thing. You don't have to put a lot on it, and it's so glidey and domey. It just, the disc does the work for you in a way, you know. So again, here's some. So right now, I'll show you some clips of me throwing the Rhythm. Way back. Why? All right, lastly, just to recap everything, you got your Axiom Neutron Tempo, the MVP Neutron Watt, and the Axiom Fission Rhythm. These two are going to be available for purchase starting June 28th. They do have a stock run of the Fission Rhythm. You also get an SE, a special edition version of the Watt too if you want, or a stock run of each, or SE of each anyways. Again, so June 28th, these will be available for purchase. And then this one, as of right now, is only going to be available in the 2023 Circuit Challenges, but I almost guarantee this will be a part of our long-term lineup for Axiom. I think each one of these discs are pretty cool, and I really like. I click with all of them, honestly, which doesn't happen, you know, with some of the testers, you know. But these ones, each one I've thrown, and I think each one of these is going to make my bag. Honestly, that's how much I liked each one of these. Fission Rhythm's great disc, great fairway driver, love it. These two, though, in my opinion, are going to be, like I said previously mentioned, I think these are going to be mainstays in our lineup for years to come. I think this one especially is going to catch a lot of people by surprise, and I think this is just something we've needed for a while in our lineup, you know. So I really think the tempo is, people are going to like both of these discs, and I think they're going to make their bags, like, just after throwing them a couple times. I'm not even kidding. And like, yeah, sure, I may have some bias because, you know, I work for MVP, but I really think, like, both of these are really gonna catch some people surprise. I'm sorry, I'm at a loss for words, honestly, so I just keep repeating the same thing over and over again. But yeah, again, June 28th, both of these, the Watt and the Rhythm. This one, sign up for a Circuit Challenge. You get a Proton Servo and Electron runway too. That's awesome. So yeah, be on the lookout for these, and I hope you guys enjoyed the review.